for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And we're recording this on October the 18th of 2024, so it'll be on October the 19th. There will only be one more Saturday before Halloween.
Ooh.
And it's
Loves
like, there has been all this stupidity going on and all the insanity and all the drama and everything else. And I'm not minimizing anything, but it's like, those of us that look forward to Halloween, I mean, this is our time.
Yeah.
And with all this other stuff, it's almost, you feel like something has been stolen from you.
Mm-hmm. And nobody right now is feeling the Halloween spirit.
Well, it's just, and there's some people that they hate it and they think it's evil and they're happy. They're happy.
Well, I'm talking about even the people that love Halloween.
Yeah.
And they're usually really excited about it.
There's been so much everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's just one of those that everybody is very spiritually weary.
Mm-hmm.
And so within that, it's a matter of taking a couple of days to rest, truly rest. Do something that you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the headphones for me to remember. And that was one of the things about being a DJ. I love the headphones.
Yeah.
You
did.
It was one of my happy. And that is a happy place for me, to have headphones on and music.
Mm-hmm. Just to completely immerse yourself into it.
And I really do think that I'm going to take my laptop into my bedroom to where I don't have to deal with cats and stuff like that, and just for a day.
Okay. I mean, if you need to do that, go right ahead. I support you.
And no phone in there with me, and it's like you can deal with the cats and whatever else breaks loose.
Deal with the cats and deal with the family.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually all that breaks loose.
Because it's like, my God, it was a day today. It was a day.
Yeah.
And when you get to that level, you have nothing left. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
And part of it is dealing with the stupid, because I know people are stupid a lot of times. I really do.
Yeah.
But it seems like, well, in the previous cup, we had talked about how this planetary alignment is dragging the ugly out of people. And stupid is pretty ugly. I mean, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
When you find out, for a long time, I have known how a lot of people think of Appalachian people.
For a very long time.
Long time, because I've dealt with it.
Yeah.
I mean, when somebody's like, oh, why don't you need to do something about your accent. For real.
When was that?
Oh, it's happened. It's happened lots.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how long ago was that?
It started when I went to ETSU.
Oh, fuck. College. They're always trying to pull shit in college.
And then when I took one class, through University of the Rockies, let me tell you something. It is a fucking scam. That the only class, I was trying to work on a master's degree because I was just in such a state of everything. And so it's like a con me into all that stuff, because it's, when somebody's down, you've always got people that are welcome, that they will try to profiteer off other people's misery.
Yeah, always.
And that they may basically take a cultural diversity class that was taught by some woman on Long Island that was not, she had some kind of foreign accent.
Trying to wipe away your accent.
Well, it was one of those that she did not want to hear anything about my culture. Now, the black ladies that was in the class with me, they were fine. I mean, this was all online. They were fine.
Yeah.
And it's like the woman from wherever the hell she was pandering to the lesbian in the class. For real.
My God, come on.
But that's just like I saw part of a video today about somebody had gone from New York, that they were going to enrich themselves by visiting the Appalachian Mountains. And that they were shocked to find out that it was not a matter of a bunch of gun-toting hillbillies. And I started cussing automatically. Didn't watch it. I don't give a shit what he learned, because he didn't learn anything, or he wouldn't have started his video out like that.
It's called rage bait.
No, it was called, he was serious. He thought he had done this wonderful thing, that he had lowered himself to come and visit the unwashed masses. There's been other supposed celebrities that have come into these areas over the years. This is not new. Mm-hmm. And as far as they don't want to hear about it, they don't want to understand it. They don't want to deal with the fact that you've got poverty that is almost unbelievable.
It's out the ass.
And those of us that live here, and then after Helene, and people are, it's almost like this, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not necessarily smug. It's almost like, it's not necessarily an empathy either. I don't know. There's people that they either don't want to deal with it, they want to ignore it. I've heard some people say that people deserved it. For real. Mm-hmm. That how dare those backwoods Bible thumping rednecks, they got what they deserved. There are people that have stated that online.
Oh yeah, I've heard it. And it's always like, all right, well, just as you said, you're going to get what you deserve.
And it's like, it's not like everybody is poverty stricken. There's people that have, wealthy people, and then there are people that don't have. But I will tell you this, the ones that have here in the areas, a lot of times are just as big assholes if they had come from outside the state. Yeah. And a lot of it, what makes them assholes are their beliefs.
Mm-hmm. Because usually they're not Christian based.
No, they're very much them based.
Many of them are Masonic.
Possibly. But what is funny, because the tiny town where we're from, we're apparently the bottom of the rung.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bottom of the rung?
Even within these mountains. And you can sit there and you can say where you're from, and people go,
Mama, at least we got a post office. I think Mendota's got us beat.
They don't even consider Mendota. Are you kidding?
Exactly. I think they got us beat. That's
well, I think a lot of it had to do with, as far as the addiction issues.
Yeah. But there's a weird energy there deep in Mendota.
That is true. It is weird. It is
like
weird. There was a darkness there.
There's a house that's like completely dark there. Like it looks like it's dark. Like just color wise and energy wise. I think it's just. I saw it looked like a warlock.
Hell, it's somebody that I may have known in the past. So
it looked like a warlock, like full long white hair, beard.
That's highly likely, because there's a variety of people and a variety of beliefs in these areas.
But it's like that's a warlock.
It could be. It could be.
I was riding with Dad when that happened. I'm like, that's a wizard.
Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. But it's almost some of the attitudes is. It's just been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And people showing their ignorance, it's not one of those, if they would sit there and go, you know what? I don't know anything about these people. I don't even know anything about their ways, how they are, how they think. And let me humble myself and go and talk to some of these people. Because there is a vast array of people in these mountains. We have commonalities. We have things that, as far as a community and stuff like that. Hell, these people that we don't mess with neither. Now, let's face it, there's some of these places it's like, no, don't go up in there. Don't go up in there.
Yeah, it's like, you know better. Yeah. You know better.
You're like, oh, God, I need the GPS. Where am I? Because, seriously, in some of those
sometimes
places,
even GPS doesn't help you, and it's like you got no signal, no satellite. You're
some
just
of these,
screwed.
Some of these roads, some of these cow paths.
You're just screwed.
Yeah. And you're like, please, dear God, let me find pavement.
Literally, and you're gripping, like your teeth are clenched, gripping the steering wheel like, Lord, please, I just want to get home safe. Let me get home alive. Let me get home alive. Please.
Please don't let another vehicle try to come up this one lane thing.
I'm going to have to go off the road, Lord. Don't.
They ain't no off the road. They's up the side of the mountain or off the mountain. That's it.
That's off the road. You're just fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like going to Tazewell. It's called Back of the Mountain, and we've done videos on that and stuff before. I haven't even, since Helene came through, I wouldn't even go over there because it's hard to tell what kind of
I've been thinking
state
about
of
it.
disrepair that the road is in.
I like my little road trips.
Don't go up in there. Don't go up in there.
Like I liked riding up the back of the Dragon. I've learned how to ride that easily. I don't want to know what state of disarray that's in right now.
Yeah, because that was something, we went over there to church there for a while and stuff, and we were back and forth across there at least twice a week.
Yeah. And
these roads were hand hewn back during the Depression.
Hewn?
Hewn.
Hewn.
It is a perfectly acceptable word.
I'm not acting like it's not. I've never heard of a word like that before. Never heard hewn.
Edify yourself.
That's why I'm asking you.
Increase
hewn?
your vocabulary.
That's why I'm asking you. You're right here.
It was dug out of the mountain with shovels and pickaxes and dynamite back during the day. There was not the equipment and stuff that they have now. That is not how some of these roads were created. No bulldozers. None of this stuff. This was way back when, like I said, during the Great Depression.
So hewn means like constructing by hand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Anyhow, I have totally forgot what I was saying. But as far as people not understanding our culture, our ways, thinking that they do that, and I think that's true of many areas in the United States. I mean, what an arrogant ass I would be to go down to Louisiana and act like I know everything about their culture.
Right. That is just complete, like, what is it? Hubris?
Yeah. Yeah. But condescending was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
That I have heard quite a few people be very condescending over the past few weeks.
Oh, people are really showing their asses right now. Like, ooh.
And it's just one of those, I try not to go out of the house much. I'm sitting here in the house today, and I was glad Kid was gone. I was glad that Omega had taken him to drive fence post someplace, because I was sitting here watching someone, and they started in on that. So I had words come out of my mouth that I had to repent for, truly. It dragged the ugly out of me.
Now that ain't good when something like that.
No, but I was aware of it. I knew I had messed up, and I asked for forgiveness. And it's also one of those, it's almost this condescending. They're Christian. No, there's a variety. There's a whole spectrum of Christian. as far as beliefs within these mountains.
Yeah.
Lots.
Yeah. Everybody sort of got their own belief in a
Believe
way.
it or not, we even have Catholics.
Oh, God. We got Jehovah's Witnesses.
We do.
We got
We've got those. We've got
Mormons.
There's some Mennonites around in different places.
No, the Mennonites are fine. They're minding their own business. I like
has
them.
a problem with any of them.
Although I did mess up when I was like, they were like, what is over here? That's something about the CBD store. And it's like, I don't know anything. And so basically, the girl who's working with me was like, they ain't asking where to buy. They ain't asking where to buy CBD.
Okay.
I felt like an idiot in that moment, but I had no idea. But the Mennonites were super sweet.
They're usually very devout people. They just keep to themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like any other people. Believe it or not, we have some people that are Muslim. And it's like the little guy that runs the smoke shop. Well, he's one of the ones. There's some smoke shops in one of the bigger towns near us, plus one of the more small towns. And we can go in, and it's like we never know which one's coming in of whatever, and they're wonderful. Mm-hmm. And it's just like the one little guy today. He's from Somalia. And he's like, I'm sorry, I was eating. And it's like, what did you have? And they had chicken and rice, and it had onions in it. It smelled so good.
I bet it did.
Believe it or not, we can talk to other people.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes me wish I went in there with y'all because I wanted...
It smelled good. It really did. Now, are there assholes here? Absolutely, just like every place else.
Mm-hmm. But the people down there, the little Muslim people, they're kind.
I don't have a problem with them.
Yeah, they're not assholes in the slightest.
One of the guys, and we don't see him that often, I think he must be, as far as, one of the bosses. I think they're based out of Chicago or something.
Chicago.
And when I talk to him, and it's like, we've got this understanding. He's a millennial, and it's just like, look, dude, love recognizes love. Because he's not hardcore fundamentalist Muslim.
Yeah.
You know? People are people, but we are a different culture.
Yeah.
But to find out how little other people have bothered to take the time to find out about us. It's been an eye-opener. I mean, I knew it was bad, but I don't think even I understood how bad it was.
It's bad.
Yeah. So,
like, that's what... like, people making fun of the accents and all that. Mm-hmm. People, do that all the time. And it seems to be like, I don't know, like just the automatic, like the dumb hillbilly thing,
Mm-hmm.
But it's not.
No.
It's not that at all.
Right.
Now, you got dumb people everywhere.
Well, yeah.
But you have to be pretty smart to live around here.
Yeah. You've got to have some kind of smarts or the mountains lay chip.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, for a very long time, I wouldn't speak in the videos and stuff. And it was Michael Yates, who is now, I think he went away chasing the Spanish winches because they have put to shame many a good pirate. But he and Blue, who are from over there in the UK, and they're like, we don't have a problem. We celebrate people having regional accents. And he encouraged me enough to where I got over the fear of speaking as I speak online.
Mm-hmm. Well, that reminds me, like, old friend, she has a southern accent. When she was in school and such like that, she was the only white kid. Mm-hmm. She had to hide her accent.
Where was she going to school?
I really don't remember, but it was an all-black school.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. And so
it's hard.
Like, I think there was maybe one other white kid there, and that was it. And so, but she got made fun of for her Southern accent all her life.
Oh, I'm sure.
And when her and I would talk, I would tell her, yeah, so, I use it more now because I can hear it better in a way, or I've sort of learned to replicate it as best to my ability.
Right.
But when I was younger, couldn't, do it. People called me a Yankee all the time.
We have hearing loss.
Mm-hmm.
Chronic ear infections with kid. That's the reason that he speaks differently than some of the rest of us.
She had no problem with it. But when
Why would she?
But when she heard you on the Discord calls, it brought it out like entirely. Like it really like thickened up her accent, and sometimes I would crank mine up just
she
to
felt
mess with her.
comfortable enough to be herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it has just been a really, really hard day for me for whatever reason. It was a really hard day. And maybe picking up the energies and different things like that, and it just, from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
But
you just need a day for self-care. That is what you need.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to take that. I really am. And I am one of the people that I absolutely adore, and that's Alice Cooper. And Ozzy can claim to be the Prince of Darkness. I don't even know how some of that shit. I guess it was just the bad incident. But Alice Cooper is the king of Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
He truly is.
And he's an excellent showman.
He is one of the best performers. I don't think he gets all the credit that he truly needs. But from Wikipedia, it says that he has had 29 studio albums. It says plus studio albums with the Hollywood Vampires. Is that with Johnny Depp? I don't know that I have ever listened to any of their stuff. Have you listened to any of it?
Mm-mm.
Because Johnny Depp does not interest me in the least. He's had 50 singles, 11 live albums, 21 compilation albums, 12 video releases, and an audiobook.
Holy shit.
He has a career that has spanned over 50 years.
That's incredible. That is a well
And when we got
well
to
done
go,
career.
When we got to go see him several years back, and it was near Halloween. And that was just a dream come true for me.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. But there are so
it was such a fun time.
many. Yeah, it was a rock concert. It was Alice Cooper. And it was just awesome.
I got so scared at the guillotine scene.
Oh, God, he's done that, like I said, 50 years.
Yeah.
50 years. They've got it to where he is not going to do that much. But their first one, according to this, was in 1969. I was 4.
Just a child.
And it was called Pretty's For You. Now, I can't say that I have every album. I've got a lot of them. Mm-hmm. And I have heard Pretty's For You. And it was just sort of like, yeah. They were a bunch of jocks that got together and formed a band for some kind of high school competition or something.
Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Absolutely. In 1970, they came out with Easy Action. And I was looking to see if they had any of these that... Love It to Death is the main one that most people... And it really is good. I wish that they had the different songs that were on each of the albums and stuff on this one page, but they certainly do not. That would have been helpful. Let me go back to this other one. Killer
is
Love
a
It to
good
Death
album.
is the one that has Ballad of Dwight Fry.
I was going to ask, like, what is Love It to Death? Because I don't think I listened to that album.
You
I have.
You just don't know the names of some of them, which that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I would recognize it if I heard it, but...
I was looking to see, like I said, if they had... I looked up the discographies, but... Let's see here, like, quickly. But I think that's the one that has Ballad of Dwight Fry on it. And they have always had just this amazing, spooky element. Of course, it's shock rock. That's what it was labeled as. And as far as, it was dinner and a show, because it wasn't enough. He's very theatrical, very drama oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking to see what they've got. I know it has Ballad of Dwight Fry. I don't know what the hell they've done here on Wikipedia. Is amazing. And it has to do with insanity. And it has got these amazing lyrics. And especially when it's talked about where they had captured him again. They had recaptured him.
Uh-huh.
And it's got this one.
It's not the one with Steven, is it?
No, that was off Welcome to My Nightmare.
Okay.
But this one line where he's screaming, "Don't touch me." It's intense. It is very Halloween. You can make up your own story about this. These things could be inspired for a lot of different works.
Wait, you were listening to that the other day, weren't you?
I listen to it frequently. I do. And then you had one that was called Killer, and it is so good. I mean, really. You know, you got the song Desperado in there. Not the Eagles' Desperado. This is Alice Cooper's Desperado. Just all kinds of cool stuff. Let's see if I can find on this one. Let's see if I can open a new link. None of this is written the way that it was supposed to be. I should have just gone on Spotify. Under My Wheels was a huge hit for them off that. Be My Lover was another one. Halo of Flies. Halo of Flies is this incredible musical journey where it's almost like listening to a James Bond movie.
So it's like that at that level of epicness.
Yeah.
That's
in 8
cool.
minutes.
8 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a short...
But with that, there is...
I was expecting that epicness from a whole album.
No. But the music is incredible during that period of time. Now, this was when Alice Cooper was not just the individual, it was the whole band.
Uh-huh. That's incredible.
And then you've got You Drive Me Nervous. That one's really good. Desperado it's cowboy. It is gunslinger.
That's all that you...
It's
pure
awesome.
Cowboy. Mm-hmm. Pure outlaw.
Well, he lives in Arizona, so I'd say that this was way before. He's originally, I think, from Detroit.
Oh.
It's got a song on here that is very interesting also. That's called Dead Babies. And it's where a child was neglected by the parents and had ingested something that had caused the demise of the child. And that the parents, their callousness, that they didn't care. It's very heart-wrenching in that, but also very true. But he's just, but even
sort of
with
painful
that,
to watch.
they would
Painful to listen to.
Musically, they would go places where other people wouldn't dare.
Well, yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
Sure. Yeah. Because, to think of this being back in 1971 and discussing about children being neglected, you didn't hear about stuff like that then. You didn't. 1972, School's Out, and that, oh my God, School's Out. And it's like, people, learn of Alice Cooper. He has so many amazing songs out there.
He did. But, that song is so overplayed.
It is massively overplayed. Massively. Which, he's made bank for over 50 years on it.
Although I did not hear it on a single commercial this past year.
And then Billion Dollar Babies is a great album. I really, really like that one a lot. Just awesome. There's a song, and some of his spooky songs are really, really spooky. and his voice. There is nobody else who performs that has that. It's a growl singing thing that he does. It's incredible.
I just had to hear
Sparky might come close to being able to have that type of voice. But Alice Cooper,
Possibly.
the way that he performs, the way that he sings, there is a song that's called "Sick Things."
Sick Thing.
That is Halloween all the way. And
We
then
need to listen to it.
I Love the Dead. Nice little necrophilia song.
Oh, God. You got a collection of those going on.
I do. I do, because I find it
Weird.
interesting. No, I'm not that weird. They had one, and again, with him pushing the envelope, the album that's called Muscle of Love.
Muscle of Love.
Yes. And that one was interesting. Some of his stuff was not,
So it's
like I said, some of it was just pure packaging. I was looking to see if there was anything that was there. Teenage Lament 74 was the big hit off of that one.
okay. I don't.
And so and then of course, Welcome to My Nightmare in 1975. I was 10 years old. 10. But I do remember seeing him occasionally on some of these variety shows, of course, around Halloween. And the first song that I ever heard him sing was called I Never Cry. And I can't remember if that may be off of Alice Cooper Goes to Hell, which is another amazing album. Let's see here. If that's where it's from. Yep, it is. Just awesome stuff. And this was the early stuff. I'm not going to go through all of it because, like I said, 20-some. One of the favorites that we love is called Dada.
Yeah. Da.
This was from his blackout period because he had relapsed. And he doesn't like to play things from that period of time.
Yeah,
but
his
it is
blackout period.
incredible. It's an incredible album.
It really is, and the fact that, but he needs to acknowledge it. He needs to acknowledge it.
I think so. And one of the other ones that I love, and if you see the one here on the picture that's in the bottom row center, that is the cover of From the Inside. And that is an album that is so dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm. That is one of your all-time albums.
Yeah, and it was when he had been hospitalized for substance abuse. And it was interesting because I discovered that album when I was getting sober. So that was one of the reasons for that. But the different songs were based on different people that were there in the hospital. Not directly, he just took inspiration and an artistic license. Just all kinds of cool stuff. This man has always had this way of reinventing himself and yet remaining himself. So this weekend before Halloween, spend some time with the king of Halloween. Mm-hmm. Listen to some of the lyrics on some of these songs.
And enjoy. Have
And
a good
not
time.
all of them, you're not going to enjoy every single one of them. They're
No,
not all
no.
bangers. Let's be real.
No, there's quite a few duds.
Yeah.
All respect and love to Alice Cooper. There's some duds.
Of course there is. You can't be in the business for 50 years and not have some, clunkers in there. I was trying to think of that one. It was
bottom
like
of the
white
barrel.
lace on something. No, it was. But anyhow, he had basically, it was a matter of offing the bride before her wedding.
Oh, that's lovely.
So many amazing spooky songs. Some of them are really, really spooky.
Like spooky.
And the thing about
spooky
Stephen,
can be light.
Yeah, the thing about that which started in Welcome to My Nightmare about Stephen.
God,
and wondering
that's
who is Stephen? What is his story?
No joke, that is the one song that really creeps me out by him. Stephen.
Yeah.
Stephen,
Yeah.
come home.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Final thoughts, kid.
Ooh. Do some self-care. Do some therapy. Do some music therapy. Delve into Alice Cooper's discography. Explore what you like, what you dislike.
Yeah.
It's an adventure.
Yeah, it truly is. And, you know,
I'm sorry.
There's so many of them that are so good. I think that you will find something that appeals to you.
I mean, he does have a lot of good music. He really does.
He really is a brilliant artist. He's a brilliant performer. And now what he's doing, he's got...
Like, it's full-on theatrics.
He has some kind of program that helps children that are at risk by helping them with music to give them a positive outlet instead of them turning to drugs or being out on the street and in gangs and everything like that.
That's good.
Razor Fist had posted today on X that he had actually got to work near or with part of the program at one point, and that he had actually got to go to one of the free concerts that Alice Cooper had given, because he lives there in Arizona also. Razor Fist is a good dude. There's a lot of people, and he's very much a believer. There's a lot of us that are believers that we don't act like church people.
That's pretty awesome that he was able to, work with the program and actually get to see him. Yeah. The time we got to see him, that was fucking awesome. Yeah. That really was awesome.
It was a really good night. So... Please let us know in the comment section what you think about Alice Cooper, the king of Halloween. That, or you can go over on X. You want to tell them where we can be found?
Check us out on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Werlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Werlanda COCWS. Thank you all for joining us. If
you're wanting to know more about Appalachian culture, go over there on X. There are quite a few people, and understand, rightfully so, there are quite a few people in the Appalachian Mountains that are highly upset right now about how the people have been treated. Rightfully so.
Like we've just been abused.
Sure. Respect other people's culture. Because we're a different breed of cat, all the way around.
People are fighting again about white people not having culture or having culture.
We're
At this
race.
point, it is coming to, yes, we mixed race, but that has nothing to do with culture. Well, it's sort of part of it, but I guess.
Only stupid people
They're understanding finally that every state, there's places, even like little nooks and crannies within states here in the U.S. that have their own cultures.
Only stupid people say something that ignorant. I mean, seriously.
There was an abundance of them at one point.
Yeah, unfortunately, because they drank the Kool-Aid. It's like, edify yourself. Break out of that shit.
Some of them finally did.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
They got played.
Yeah.
They got played. But anyhow. Prayer. Know that you all are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. If you want to be treated with respect and dignity. If you want to know people, if you want people to know you, then be willing to learn of other people.
Be willing to actually talk to them. Yeah. Talk with them.
Not at them.
Yeah, no.
We've had enough people talking at us for a very long period of time. And give us a little grace, because we're angry. There's a lot of anger. And it's been building for a long time. It ain't just because of Helene. This stuff has been done for generations.
Yeah.
And it's coming to a head.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reason as far as Appalachiastan. Hell yeah. We do need to be our own entity, our own nation. Very much for that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, Lord willing, we will see you all on the next cup.
Yep, yep.
Bye.
Bye.